Through my therapist and a counselor at Henderson Clinic. I was in a shelter. Prior to that, I was in the shelter in Hollywood and part of BLC. And I had a stroke, so now I'm trying to go back out and find a job. I used to be a machinist, and I just don't remember how to do it anymore. So after they gave me a couple extra months, I couldn't find a job, and then I got really lucky that when I went to the hack in Fort Lauderdale, that the counselor that I had, or caseworker, was really good. She saw my condition and that I was dual diagnosed, different mental issues, and she hooked me up with Henderson Village. I don't know. I don't know. Nowhere good, that's for sure. Because if I'm not on my medication, then I get really, really depressed, and I don't care. I just don't care. I don't have the motivation. I don't see any future. I don't see any reason worth going through all this. So it kind of goes hand in hand that when I'm in with a organization and I'm able to get some stability and get on my medication, it's a different world for me. Without, I don't want to gush or anything, but a person in my situation, now you mean with housing or before? Oh, with housing, there would be no reason to give them any, because they already know. Somebody beforehand, yeah, there's a lot I told the people. I took pictures before and after I got some things. I showed back at the facility. It blew them away, because one of the reasons I got without housing is because I'm over 55. Tremendous, and that's a very small number. Most of the people there are under 55, so they go through different organizations. If they were at Henderson Village, and I told a lot of people there, especially afterwards, and that was the whole thing about taking pictures and going back there and showing them that, man, this, is the possibility. And so what could you say? That it's like winning the lottery. You're not going to do it all the time. And to get there with the situations, and you can see I could see when I was there, people just weren't ready to leave the alcohol and drugs alone. And until they are, they're not going to be successful, because they're just like me. That's why I ended up being 55. Actually, I'm going to be 60 this month. And being here in this situation because I couldn't give up the alcohol. And the weird thing was, after the stroke, I had no desire to drink anymore. It was like this light went off. I saw it for what it was. And I was beating myself up. I had Hep C, and I still do, but I went to the doctor, and now I just have the antibodies. Now the tumor in my bladder, I really did a lot of damage to myself. So to be here at all is a miracle. So trying to express that to people, unless they want to hear it, it's not going to happen. I'm trying to get back on Medicaid. I didn't realize when I signed up for it, it was only for 6 months. Now I'm trying to go to the doctor because I have a tumor in my bladder, and they're telling me I'm not covered. And so it took me days of calling all these different organizations with Social Security and what have you, to finally find out that they stopped it. I can't think of the word I want to use, but they stopped it and never notified me. And they knew where I was because I was getting letters from, Department of Children and Families. As best I can to get my health issues taken care of. And other than that, things are happening the way they're supposed to. And and of course, since I left, since my ex and I broke up, and I don't get to see my grandson or anybody anymore, it hurts a lot. So I want to fill those places or spaces in me, but I know that um, I have to take care of things first within me. I got to get really stable because I'll use the relationship to defocus on what I need to do now. So when it's time, a relationship of some sort. I think the overriding thing is there are times where I'll just sit around and see what I have now and realize that 2 years ago, maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, I was walking down State Road 7 in my socks. I had clothes on there, really dirty, hadn't showered or whatever because I've been off my meds for weeks and weeks. And somehow I knew about Henderson because I had gone there for outpatient. I went there to their emergency crisis and then slowly got back to the shelter system and then to here. So it's, like I said, sometimes I just sit down and remember where I was. And just doesn't seem possible. I would have never guessed that after all the things that I ruined in my life, that I would get another opportunity.